okay to lie. It is okay to lie. And here's like, I can't speak for all Geminis, and a little sidebar. As a rule, I typically don't lie because it's tied to my spiritual practice. But before I had my spiritual practice, I completely thought it was okay to lie. And it is. It is. And I see it this way, right? Lying is just one of the tools in our communication toolbox. All the tools are really neutral. You know what I mean? And then it's not about lying being right or wrong. I think most people view lying as right or wrong. Geminis don't view it that way. Geminis use lies strategically. And no tea, no sage, sometimes people do want to be lied to. And I think that like Geminis are really good communicators at like reading a situation to see like, does this person want the truth or does this person want to be lied to? I'm gonna give you an example, right? You know what I mean? My homegirl comes to me and she's like, hey, you know, I got this new boyfriend, whoop, whatever. You know what I mean? Do you think he cute? I actually think this nigga's hideous. I actually think he's hideous. But if I say that, if I say he's actually hideous, now I'm a hater. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a hater, and you actually don't want me to tell you that he's hideous, right? You just want me to be happy and excited for you in this moment. So I'm going to say, yeah, girl, he's cute. Now, I could say something like, oh, he's cute for you, but again, now that's shady, now that's fake. No, girl, you don't want me to tell you the truth. You actually want me to lie. Or it's not about lying, it's about supporting you in this moment, right? That's one example. Now, secondarily, I do know that there are Geminis who lie for very selfish reasons. But again, I don't think that's bad. Who don't lie on an application? You know what I mean? We can all identify instances where it's appropriate to lie. Be for real. We all lie at some point in time. But I think that Geminis are just better at it. And because they're better at it, when they get caught or when they do fess up and tell the truth, you thought it was the truth. No tea, no shade. So it's like, oh my gosh, this is such a breach of trust. And Geminis are so friendly and bold that you think, because the thing is like other times when they lie, you like, no tea, no shade. And when somebody like shifty or secretive or very private tells a lie, you don't really care. But I feel like Geminis are so friendly and they're so open and they're so fun that when they do lie to you and they're good at lying, it's a bigger betrayal. Let me know if I'm wrong. Another example when Geminis lie, which actually irritates me. You know what I mean? A Gemini is going to say, hey, I'm going to call you tomorrow. They actually don't call you. I would perceive that as a lie. I don't like that. You know what I mean? I do not like that. But also at the same time, in the moment, the Gemini meant it. But Geminis are often so absent-minded and I don't want to say they're bad planners, but they can get easily distracted and caught up in the activity that they're doing. You know what I mean? That they forget what they told somebody yesterday. If they're not putting it in a planner or a schedule book with an alarm attached, I do that. Everybody who knows me, everybody in my intimate circle knows that if they are not on my calendar with the Google event invite, it don't really matter what I told you. It's really, it really don't matter. Unless you on that calendar, girl, you don't have an appointment with me. That absent-mindedness, you know what I mean, or that lack of seriousness to make a plan when they tell somebody to do something can come off as lying. It could come off as lying. And also, Geminis are moody. They're very, very, very moody. So when they say something in the moment, the next moment, that same thing may not be true. You know what I mean? Yes, I told you something right now. When I said it right now, I meant it. But tomorrow I felt differently, and that's not how I feel anymore. I actually feel differently. Is that a lie or is that an adjustment? In Geminis, we change so quickly from moment to moment to minute, from hour to hour. We change very, very quickly. My ex told me this. He said, like, it's crazy how quickly you can change your mind. And we all change our minds so quickly. Those are just some of the examples as to why I think Geminis lie, but everybody lies. It's okay to lie. One thing about a Gemini, if you bring it up, I feel like most of the time, if they're evolved and emotionally mature, they're own up to it. They'll just say, oh girl, my bad. You know, I just got caught up. I forgot. You know what I mean? Girl, I actually do think he's hideous, but I didn't want to come off as a hater. Again, Geminis do not mind having a conversation. A Gemini will talk about it if they're not manipulative.